Hi, I'm Colton here at Porsche Centre Calgary, and this is one of our in-stock sports cars. This is a really nice one. First thing that stands out, of course, is the color, Carmine red, which Porsche considers one of the special colors, as they say. So it's a little bit more expensive than the other red option being Guards red, but it's definitely a deeper, kind of more complex color, and looks really great in person. I particularly like it actually at night with the artificial kind of lights on driving around outside. It looks awesome. So that's something that's kind of special about this one. It is a 718 Boxster, so that means you get now the 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. Makes 300 horsepower and a lot more torque than the previous model with the naturally aspirated engine. I much prefer driving these ones, honestly, to the prior model. People do prefer the sound sometimes of that one, but this is better in so many ways. It's faster, it's more efficient, it's much higher tech, and they've also addressed the sound complaint from some people by making sport exhaust a standard feature now. So all the Boxsters will come from factory with that. You've got the button. If you don't like the sound, press that. Makes it sound much more aggressive. You get the pops on the liftoff and all that. It's really cool. But a little bit more about this one specifically. So we talked a bit about the color. Some other stuff on the outside first before we move in. We upgraded the wheels on this one to the 20-inch Carrera S wheel, probably the best one for the car. I think it looks really good. And then just a subtle thing, but added the colored crests in the middle. When you have a car that is a bright color like that, the colored crests I think make a big difference. You do notice them when they're not there. And then up front, you can see you've got the LED headlights as well. So we went right to the kind of the top level of headlights that are available. They're about twice as bright as the bi-xenons that would have been standard on the car. And they're dynamic too, so they'll turn with the steering wheel and do all that stuff. And they have auto high beams. So you can leave your high beams on. If somebody's coming the other way and it sees that, it'll turn them off for you automatically, which is a pretty cool feature. Also, a small thing that I really like is the painted safety bars here. As standard, that bar is just kind of left unpainted plastic, which is fine. You might not notice it, it just kind of blends in. But when you do paint it, the color of the rest of the body, it just gives it a much more cohesive feel. I think it's a must on the cars, so we did that. And then moving on to the inside, we put the Premium Package Plus in there, which gives you quite a bit. Firstly, you get your seat upgrade to the 14-way seat, so you have thigh extension, lumbar support, and power kind of forward, back, up, and down, all of that stuff. And then on top of that, on the seat, we also added the Porsche crest embossed onto the headrest, which is another subtle touch that I really like, particularly on the open-top cars. You see it more often. It's pretty cool. So you get a seat upgrade as part of the package. You also get heated seats and cooled seats as part of that. And then also, I should mention, with the 14-way, they have memory as well. So you can store your seat position, steering wheel, mirrors, all that stuff. As well as what a lot of people don't realize, all of your other settings. Things like, do you want just the driver's door to unlock when you touch the handle, or do you want both doors? Or how long do you want your headlights to stay on when you get out of the car? All that kind of stuff is all going to be memorized as well in those memory settings. So as far as the package goes, you've got that. You also have entry and drive, so that you do just touch the door handle rather than having to press the button to let yourself in. And then you also get the auto-dimming mirror with the rain sensor. So there's quite a bit in that package. There's a good value there. But it's actually quite a well-equipped car. We didn't stop there. We added a fair bit more on top, even over and above the other stuff I've said. We also put in the lane change assist, the blind spot warning, so it's going to light up just kind of right here inside the car, which I do prefer. Some of them will light up outside, but inside the car, it's going to light up right there if somebody's in your blind spot, and if you signal while they're there, then it's going to flash just to draw your attention a little bit more. Now, people might think intuitively on the open top cars, less important, and that's true when the roof's down. You've got great, obviously, sight all around you, but because of the nature of the roof, once it's up, you don't have a B-pillar here and another window. It's just all kind of closed off, right? So if you're ever driving the car with the top up, which sadly you have to sometimes, it doesn't have great visibility out the back, right? So the blind spot warning really makes a big difference in this car. We also upgraded the sound system. We put in the Bose, which I like to do in everything that we stock, basically. It's a pretty big upgrade over the base system. And I think going all the way up to the Burmester is nice for some. If you're really passionate about your music, it is a superior system, but it costs a fair bit, and not everybody, frankly, cares that much. And the Bose is already a pretty strong system. So that's what we put in here. We also added the Apple CarPlay, which on this car is just a standalone option, and the take rate has been exceptionally high. Pretty much everybody wants that. So as an inventory piece, we want to make sure it's there, which we've done. Another subtle thing is the door sill. So you get kind of a very small stainless steel door sill as standard, but for a couple of $100 you can have the much nicer one that goes kind of the full length of that door sill and just feels a lot more premium. So we added that to it. We also changed the steering wheel. We did the GT steering wheel, which is a little bit smaller and makes more of a difference than you'd think actually when you're driving the car. I much prefer it in the sports cars compared to the standard wheel. And we made it multifunction as well, so you've got all the buttons on there and it's heated and all of that stuff. So yeah, really beautiful car. Love the color. Super nice options in it, and it's here and available now as we're just kind of hitting spring. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do come down. We'd be happy to take you for a drive. Thanks very much.